but we got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got smashed, bro.
What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy Level here back with another live and Level Gamers podcast. Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about. She said the thumbnail is insane. Thank you. That's just capturing the sentiments of Xbox fan base. I'm done. But we are here. I got my crew here. K-Ball 20. Keith to the north. What's up, people?
What it do? It is Thursday.
Hey. Feel up in trouble. So, we need y'all to send this out. We need to pack up the chat room. I want comments. I want activity. Man, so much to talk about. Hey, do y'all want to skip over what we've been gaming on?
Never that.
Never that? Okay.
Never that.
Hey,
I take it. That means.
Spitting on that. Hey. Feel messed up, man. Feel messed up. One more again. Lied to his whole fan base. Oh, it's in. He ain't gonna be here around too long. I lost where I was going with that. Anyway, so welcome to the show. What's up? Welcome. Oh, man. It's not a dead week this week. Not a dead week this week, y'all. Man, lot to talk about. So apparently we might be getting another direct, even though we got a direct from Nintendo to showcase their museum in Tokyo. I don't know why.
Weren't you excited about that?
No. Anyway, so no, actually, I'm gonna say this. Actually, it was pretty dope to see, the creativity, the ideas, the wonder. Nintendo is a very imaginative company. I think they are the Disney of gaming. I think they have that wonder that they could actually, to me, produce a theme park and it would make sense. But did I care in the sense of I needed to see a direct about it? No. But if they would bring it over to the States and we have a museum here, then I may have more reason to be somewhat what's the word, excited. I'm not never going to Tokyo to go to the museum.
Man, I would love to go to Tokyo.
I would love. Now, why would you like to go to Tokyo, Keith?
One, I want to go to that museum. There's this girl, she on YouTube, she was showing like her experience over there in Japan. I don't know if she lives there or she visiting, but showing her experiences. She was like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get up at 3:00 in the morning. She went to the convenience store, it was open. She went and made some food. There's no crime on the street. She was showing how like they don't have trash on the street. Like there's no trash cans because people do what they're supposed to do. It's model citizens. He was like, it's just a great place to be.
Is it black? Was it a black girl? I think I know.
Yeah. The first video I saw, she was like, soul food in Japan.
Yeah.
You said yeah.
She kind of little petite with braids.
I know she's petite. I have no idea she got braids in that.
Okay, I think I seen. She was eating some cuisines over there and kind of. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
All right, so you trying to go over there for that? What else? What other reason?
Just let y'all know. I will be over there in probably a couple of years or so. That is on my list. So I'll let y'all know if you want to hop a ride, you can hop a ride too. But that is definitely on my list of places to go.
Japan is not like China, right? Whereas okay, so then I may go to Japan. I'm thinking of China when I was thinking about why I wouldn't go. But because I'm not trying to be stuck over there for accidentally snapping a picture of the wrong thing at the wrong time.
I have no desire to go to China. Personally.
Me neither.
Because I'm scared they won't send no commentary or no person to trade for me. So ain't nobody coming over to trade. Ain't gonna be no presidents making any trades for me. But yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. So we gotta talk about Xbox. Man, we thought we wasn't gonna have to talk about them, but Phil has officially just exposed himself to be a liar. And we got to talk about that because, as you know, if you didn't know, at Gamescom, I didn't even watch it, but I am going to watch the reaction of Phil kind of sharing, the fact that they are bringing Indiana Jones is a circle. What's the full name of the game? Something Circle.
Great Circle.
Circle of Life.
It's a Circle of Life.
The Great Circle.
Great Circle to the PlayStation 5. Actually, early next year. So that would mean that this game is already being ported now. So we got a lot to talk about, a whole lot to talk about, and we all here for it. So anything else?
I do want to say this. Xbox is the gift that keeps giving. They are a content machine.
Man.
They make it easy for us to do podcasts,
bro. So we got a lot. We do. We got a lot to cover. And so, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So. Anything else that took place before we get into what you've been gaming on? See, I want to skip. I just want to get into the conversation. I don't need to know what y'all been gaming on this week. But anything else before we go?
Messed up, man. All this gaming.
You can't skip it, bro. You can't skip it, bro.
All right. So
no, what's been? Oh, okay. I'll share this since my son has been doing speed skating training, and
okay.
Man, yeah, I want to see how good he can get. Put him in some competitions and see if we can go to the Olympics or wherever he want to do. And so I bought some skates to get out there with him, not to compete with him, but just to keep him encouraged. And because like when he wants to go like far long distance or whatever, I can't be sitting back in the cut. I'm gonna have to keep up. Man, one, I haven't broke these skates in, but man, my feet were screaming. I was like, I can't keep. I gotta go sit down for real. I gotta sit down anyways. I should take these skates back. But then I did try to keep up with him. Mind you, my son is only 8 years old. I tried to keep up with him. I couldn't. I was like, this dude he's improved that much. The boy skating backwards. He doing twirls with the skates, doing all different types of stuff. I was like, this dude might actually have something. I'm finna really push him.
That's what's up, bro.
I ain't got nothing. My feet still hurt, but
Neil, that is actually not the case. I actually did get some gaming in this week. It's not that I don't want to talk about that. I just noticed when we actually get into the topics, I noticed the view count jump up. So I see people kind of waiting around for us to get through what we've been gaming on. Then they jump in once we get in the topics. So I thought, hey, let's just jump into the topics. But they want to talk about what we've been gaming on. So
that's because we play video games. It's sad that the viewers don't play video games. This is a video game podcast.
Man, you don't play no games? Let's go. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. Who's going first? Who's going first? Two. Who going first, man? Come on now. Don't get me on here singing.
My bad. I'm over here parenting.
Sounded like 5 heartbeats.
Go ahead, Kayvon.
No problem. Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah. So what I've been gaming on is the game I'm playing right now. I have just clinched the Big Ten championship. I am now the champions of the Big Ten for I think the 5th straight season, on my way to the college playoffs. So I'm excited, about to give me another Heisman winner. But no, I've been still playing the college football. That's kind of been my thing. I'm sold on it. It's a great game. We still ain't talk about it on the cast. We ain't talk about how it had 2.3 million pre-orders, people playing it early, but we don't talk about that. That's cool. The fact that it's still even though it's back after so many years, it's still rivaling Madden right now. But it's all good. We don't have to talk about it. But that's what I've been gaming on. Actually, I downloaded Madden. Madden came out last week, I believe. Again, I played a little bit of it this week, but just a little bit because college football right now to me is a superior game, more fun. The reason why I say it's more fun is because the gameplay in Madden is good this year. It's good. It is good. But it's just so much pageantry with college football, like with the fight songs and the band playing, and just the little things they do. The rivalries. It has so much soul to it, and so Madden just feels real flat playing it this year because there's so much that goes on outside of just the gameplay with college football. So I'm still enjoying that and playing that because I don't know, I enjoy recruiting the kids and then seeing them improve and then giving them playing time and then watching them go to college. It's just more fun than Madden. Madden just make dollars and cents. I played a little 2K this week and then a little Overwatch, but that's about it. That's all I've been gaming on this week. Mostly, like I said, it's college football.
Okay.
That's my go-to right now.
All right, Mr. Norris, what's your gaming this week, bro?
Yes, sir. So I played a little bit of what did I play on the Switch? Emio. I played the Emio demo. Yeah, didn't get a really chance to play a lot deep, like a deep dive into it, but I did play it. It's in Japanese, so unfortunately, there's reading. Unless you speak Japanese. Do y'all speak Japanese? Anybody? All right, but yeah, Emio's. What? That didn't sound like no Japanese. Anyways, but yeah, I played a little bit of that. I actually might get it. I think I can see myself playing it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it right now because it's such a involved story, and apparently they're releasing it chapter by chapter, and the second chapter comes out today. Actually, I think the second chapter came out today. But I'm gonna wait until everything is out. Probably. What else did I play? Dungeons of Hinterberg, of course. I am on the last dungeon, and it says after you beat the last dungeon, something's supposed to happen. I'm slightly nervous about beating the last dungeon because I'm not really ready for the game to be over. But yeah,
trying to savor it, huh?
I'm trying to savor like the last bite. You know what I'm saying? I did play a little Hellblade 2.
Okay, what was your thoughts?
No, I ain't got much to say.
Man, you say that for last and you're gonna keep rolling.
What's Hellblade? If it was like if my experience was like, oh my god, I played Hellblade, then I would have been like trying to hold on to it. But I played like maybe 30 minutes of it. I wasn't too impressed. I don't really care. No, actually, it says I played an hour of this game, so I'm wrong. I played an hour. Of course, I've been playing Salmon Run. Can't stop playing that. Got on
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Did I play some Zelda? I think I played some Link's Awakening as well.
See, I'm gonna have to get back into it since everybody playing it. I'm gonna have to get back into some Link's Awakening. I ain't played it in a good little minute.
Well, I wanted to play it again, but then also the new Zelda coming out, I wanted to play in that art style. So I was kind of inspired to play a little bit of that. And I don't think I played anything on Steam, so I think that's all I've been gaming on. Y'all hear somebody knocking on my door?
I heard something.
Yeah, I heard some knocks. Who's that
Who's
peeking in
that
my
peeking through my
window?
window? Pow.
I guess we thinking the same way, huh?
The same way, bro.
So
That's
let me
hilarious.
get my gaming in. So I did get some gaming in this week. Like I said last week, I've been into that hot spot, hot shot racing on the Switch. It's a really good game. I'm really enjoying it. I kind of found a character that really is balanced well. Her speed and drift and acceleration is really to my liking. So I've been really killing in that game, kind of going through trying to beat all the courses and stuff like that. I played another racing game on my Switch. I can't remember the name of it. It's almost like the original Nintendo, that racer that was on is a Rad Racer. It kind of puts me in the mind of that. And I didn't really like it. It is not as good as Rad Racer, but I was playing that. I also jumped in on the Sega Genesis. I forgot that Nintendo had added the Sega Genesis to their online package. So I downloaded the Sega Genesis, and I got to playing some of the titles in there. I played Golden Axe. And I'm going to say this, man. Keith, it kind of go back to the conversation we was having last week about Astrobot and Ratchet and Clank and the attitude that sometimes is that the one thing that seems to be missing from Nintendo games is that attitude, that kind of what's the word? Well, I said attitude, but that coolness is like Nintendo is fun, but it's a level of cool that Sega and others try to bring into their titles, and that was very much present in the Sega. Even just the aesthetic, just looking at the cover art for each of the games and all that. Sonic was there, Streets of Rage 2, and like I said, Golden Axe and Ultra Beast. And so I ended up playing this game that I was always curious of, but I had never played it. And that was Comic Zone. Do y'all remember that title?
I heard a name.
Comic Zone, where it's a side scroll action beat 'em up, where you are in a comic book like frame, and you leap over the frame into the next frame, and you fight and you jump down a frame like a comic book. Like if you was reading a comic book, it looks like that, and so he would leap out of one page to the next page, or out of one scene to the next scene. That's how you traverse through the stage. And it was pretty cool. It got a whole lot of potential. I would say that's a game that they could possibly bring back today with the abilities and the tech and the graphics that they can do today. That'd be a dope game to remake and better. Because one of the problems was to me, it wasn't, the only thing that was lacking about it was it wasn't well balanced in the combat and the enemy. It was kind of janky. It felt broken there, but aesthetically and how it looked awesome. And so I played that for a little while until I just got tired of the boss battles being kind of broken. So I kind of gave up on that. What else did I play on that Sega? Something else I played there. So I did also jump back into Star Wars Survivor.
Oh,
man.
So I'm kind of getting annoyed with this game already. I'm stuck, and I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying, and it's still early in the game, man, and it's kind of ticking me off. I'm stuck in this. I gotta pretty much try to clear this path. It's like these spores, these blue spores or whatever, that's inhibiting me from getting across to where the main objective is. And it's like I found this light that lights up, so I know it has something to do with this light that kind of clears the path, and it got all this kind of dead weeds kind of growing up all over the place. That's also, I feel like I'm gonna have to burn down or some kind of way break off. But I'm not figuring out what I got to do, and there's so many routes in the game to get to certain places. And I keep going back to my original destination by accident because I'm thinking I'm following a new route, and it leads me right back to the front. And it's
been there, done that.
Oh, it's annoying me to heck. And
is that backtracking?
Yeah,
there's a lot of backtracking.
There's a lot of backtracking. So as you see, some of these games borrow a lot of that Metroid Mania, man. This is one of them, man. I'm not liking this aspect of it. Anyway, so I'm trying to stick it out. K-Bum, I'm trying.
Got one word for you. Got one word for you, brother.
YouTube?
One word that will solve all your problems, brother.
What's that?
YouTube.
Did you YouTube some spots on this game?
Heck yeah, I do YouTube sometimes, bro.
Right,
I'm going to lose my fun if I do not find out what to do next. This is getting irritating. So I'm like, I keep going to this door. I thought I had what I needed to open this door, but apparently I don't have what I need to open the door. I thought this was the story beat, but apparently I can't go any further. But it doesn't tell me that I needed another device in order to get this door open. And so I'm just sitting here looking stupid, like, well, this is the path I need to go. Well, how do I get up there?
Okay, then I don't feel if K-Bum had to resort to the tube, then I don't feel bad because I'm about to turn on this tube and figure out where I got to go. So, because I can't. That's one thing that annoys me is I like a challenging puzzle, and I like being able to figure out what I need to do. But I don't like being stuck in a place for literally days. I don't like that. It takes me out when I'm stuck there and I come back and I'm still stuck. And I've tried everything I can think to try. It's too much. I don't want to die. It's just too much respawning happening and having to fight all that. So I'm kind of just stuck in this spot and I keep just turning it off and coming back to that spot again. So I'm going to figure out what I got to do. If I can't figure out by the next time I play, I'm YouTubing what I need to do.
Don't let that pride get in your way, buddy.
Okay, so that's pretty much what I've played on. I'm contemplating getting Black Myth. Is it Wulong? How you say that?
Wukong.
But I want the physical copy. So there's no physical copies yet.
Before you get away from what you've been gaming on, I don't like this section or something. I don't know. It's weird. Hey, Comic Zone. Hey,
yeah,
you ain't lying. That game is the perfect game to remake. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that looks amazing.
You never played it like Comic Zone? No, Comic Zone was dope. I always, when I remember first seeing Comic Zone, I was in. This gonna date me, but we had a. This when you could rent stuff at grocery stores.
I remember that. Hey,
we had a spot called Dale Forms, and in the entrance, it would have a whole bunch of movies and games you could rent right there in the entrance before you get into the actual store, grocery part of the store. And that game was always you had the Nintendo on the backside, you had Sega on the front, and Comic Zone always impressed me visually, like just looking at it on the box, I'm like, man, this looks awesome. And playing it actually still looks awesome. It just doesn't play awesome. It plays broken, but it looks amazing. So I would think that'd be a dope game if, like they did with Streets of Rage 4. That would be a great game to redo in that art style of Streets of Rage 4. Comic Zone would perfectly fit that. And then just fix the mechanics and the combat part. You got an awesome game right there. So, but it's not worth playing. You would quickly get tired of playing it because it's just not balanced well between he does some dope stuff, but it's just not balanced well. And the enemy types that you fight are kind of spongy. They're just sponges, and you die a lot, and it just take the fun out. I didn't play Alter Beast. I was going to play Alter Beast, but I didn't play that one. I kind of was like, okay, I'm done with this. I had some other stuff to do, so I turned it off. So, but that was my gaming for the week. So. Yes, we got something to talk about we got something to talk about tonight. Oh, Nia said that thumbnail. Yes, that thumbnail right there. The sentiments of most Xbox fans. This guy right here with the nostrils flared so eloquently high, just sucking in all the flames of Xbox burning down. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. Where do we want to go first? Well, let's just go there. It's just so much happening. And like K-Bump said, Xbox and Phil are the gift that keeps on giving. It's like they don't want us to stop talking about them in negative capacities. It seemed like they had kind of calmed things down, was on there. They had their little tiers for Game Pass, and it's so much they undone even there. Removing certain features. Certain things are no longer coming. Man, okay, so where do we start? Because Microsoft is going to be a good long portion of the conversation tonight. So, as y'all know, games comes this week and nobody cared. I'm sorry, Jeff Keighley. If you want people to really pay attention, you got to have something better than this. I started watching some of it and I just said, no, I'm just not, I don't care. No knock to him. It's just, they not giving him nothing to work with, in my opinion. I think Jeff should just focus on indies. If the big people not going to give him any, if the major players not going to give him much, then just focus on the indies, man, and pull out those unique, interesting titles from indie developers or lesser known developers. And I think that's what he's trying to do. I just think he got to pull out better, I would say better stuff. But did any of y'all watch Gamescom at all?
I didn't watch a single minute.
Okay. You didn't miss. I didn't watch much of it. I seen so many reviews, so I figured it wasn't. The little bit I watched was enough. Did you see anything, K-Pop?
Sorry, sir. I saw none of this.
Okay. So we didn't. So that's why I didn't even put Gamescom on here. But so what we did get is that Indiana Jones, Great Circle, The Great Circle, is a timed exclusive to Xbox Series S and X. And good old Phil Spencer, he responded to the megaton of backlash that has been taking place amongst Xbox fans. So there's a lot of aspects we got to explore. One is there even a point of having an Xbox at this point? Two is, does this officially end the console war? Three is, what's next to come over to PlayStation and possibly Nintendo Switch and Switch 2? A lot to explore here. I got a video of Phil kind of talking about the decision that he has made and what caused it. And K-Bum Keith, it goes back to what we all been saying the whole time. The moment they acquired Activision, Bethesda, and Blizzard, Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda, that changed the course of Xbox officially. At that point, with that amount of money, it was clear to me that Xbox was no longer directly being ran by Phil. And that Phil has intentions and desires, but it seems like Phil is being overridden by those who pay give Phil checks, and they have officially moved in, and Xbox is being ran by Microsoft, and those folks want some things they want some return on their money. We're gonna watch this video in a second, but I just want to bring y'all in. So, and I'm gonna show y'all while I got up there. I'm done. That's the Xbox. We got so much to talk about. So give me your thoughts, man. PlayStation 5 will be receiving the game that Phil Spencer told everybody it was not going to get, and that was Indiana Jones, The Great Circle. Who want to go first? Who want to get their thoughts before we start playing these videos and reading articles? Who wants to go first?
So we're talking about what are we specifically?
It's all Microsoft. So right now,
the thoughts. You said about 15 things. So
you said a lot of stuff.
Okay, so let's start with the announcement, the Megaton announcement. Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, has officially been announced to be a time exclusive to Xbox and will be coming to the PlayStation 5 pretty much at the top of the year. So this will give about a 4 or 5 month window between it releasing on the Xbox and now it's coming to the PlayStation 5. Let's start there and give our thoughts with this announcement, and then we'll bridge out and build on. So let's go.
I don't mind starting first, Keith, so I can get this ball rolling because this is my wheelhouse. Dog and Xbox. Let me get a little stretch on. Sony had longer time exclusive with third party games.
He started out the
gate. Be serious, bro. How long did it take? What was that game? What was the game with the black protagonist that Bethesda created that I actually liked? What was the name of that game?
The girl.
The black guy was the lead character. There was a girl in there. I forget the name. It was made by Bethesda.
Yeah, Deathloop.
Deathloop's on the PlayStation longer than that. Longer than that 5-6 month window. I think it was like a whole year.
You ain't right, man.
Before it went back over to Xbox. This is okay. This is laughable, right? This is laughable because we thought when you spent billions of dollars, you made it seem, and maybe it's on us. Maybe it's our fault. Maybe it's the consumer's fault. Maybe it was us reading into it. But we thought when you spent billions of dollars, you were doing so that you can make the Xbox the place where gamers want to play. That's what I thought. I can say maybe I was wrong. What you did was you wanted Xbox to be the place where people buy their third party games from. I didn't think we were doing this. We did so much talking about creating the most powerful system ever. That's what we talked about before we got the Xbox Series S. We talked about how we delivered, how we were forward thinking, and we delivered both the most powerful system ever and the mid gen upgrade or whatever they were saying. We were talking about how we had the lowest entry point into next gen gaming. Right. So I thought we were building this ecosystem. We put now on Game Pass or coming to Game Pass at the end of every game. And I thought that meant something. But we as being substitute Xbox are trying to make money. And they know, as Level has said many times, very eloquently, sometimes not. He has said that Xbox gamers do not buy games. So if you want your game to sell, you go where they buy the games, which at this point is Sony for the second half of it, also Nintendo, because Nintendo gamers definitely buy games, Nintendo games, but they definitely buy games. So this is to me. This is it's sad to see. Like I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it by saying this. I'm not gonna take up too much time because I can go for about 45 minutes into this conversation. But I'm gonna be short because we're gonna circle back around. I'm gonna have another chance to talk once you guys get a chance. But to me, this is the end of console wars. Once you have conceded that you are better off sharing your hard-earned game that was paid by you, the developers were paid by you, the marketing was paid by you, the business team was paid by you, the CDs were paid by you, the label was paid for you, the to get the rights of Indiana was paid by you. Once you have made a decision that it's better to take all of that I have paid for and to allow my competitors to play it. Once you have made that decision, that has now ended the console war. There is no reason for someone to fight to own an Xbox. Because Sony is not saying, you know what, we're going to share all our games too. Here you go. Here's Helldivers. Absolutely not. The only game Xbox gets is, from my understanding, is baseball, MLB the Show. That is also shared with the Nintendo system as well. That's the only thing that I've heard for Sony. Sony is focused on PC. So you can say by way of PC, Xbox gamers get it. I don't know if you can really say that. But yeah, Sony has not made that decision. Even though Phil has been port begging when it comes to Helldiver, Sony still hasn't made that decision. And I think, to be honest with you, this kind of ends the console war. There's no reason to truly have this argument or have this fight. You're going to look like the guy Level has on the thumbnail if you do. So that's my 35 cents. That's more than 2 cents. That's my 35 cents on that topic. I can go a lot more, but I'm going to hand it over to you, Keith.
All right. So, back in February, Phil Spencer said, we've made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to other consoles. Just 4 games. Not to change our fundamental exclusive strategy.
Ooh, you reading
just 4 games. And no, they are not Starfield and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That's what he said back in February.
That is what he said back in February.
That is what he said. You know what I said back in February? I said once they get a taste of that money, I said all of that's going to go out the window.
Money tastes good.
Money tastes good. It went all out the window. I know we're going to get into what he said directly, but if I could just say just a little bit, and then I know Level going to read some more later on and how, Phil Spencer speaking, but he said our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've ever been. He said Xbox, right? I don't believe that statement. I believe that statement says the changes or the games that we have allowed to go to other consoles, we've seen a boost in numbers, sales, player counts on games.
Because they count Activision. That's why.
Not just Activision, I'm saying, but everything that they've done since that time, they've seen an increase. And they're counting all of that. Remember what they said? And you went at them on this. They said that we are the highest third-party developer on PlayStation or something like that. Something along those lines.
The biggest.
Biggest, yes.
The biggest third party, yes.
They were the biggest third party. You know what? I can't even fault you for saying that because you do own it. So they add all of these numbers up. So now Phil can say our player numbers are going up for the console platform. So heck yeah. Indiana Jones is coming over to PlayStation and anywhere else they can put it on because they looked at the numbers and said, hey, we're making more money than we've ever made before, or we're seeing numbers than we've never seen before. There's no need to keep these games handicapped on our platform. And I hate to say that for the Xbox fan base who have gotten so emotionally invested in the Xbox. Don't stop playing your Xbox. don't stop supporting their games because there are still hard-working developers that's making these games. So don't just turn your back on them. Still, Indiana Jones is not changing. It's still coming out. You're still going to be able to play it. It's still going to be, according to some, it's still going to be like a mid to high level game, like 70s, 80s, or whatever. It's still going to be a good game to play. There's no need to throw everything out the window because PlayStation can play it. What actually happens now is they can make more stuff because they're getting more revenue. I get it. I understand the emotional feelings behind it, but I'm just saying, this is what's happened. And when you're talking about business, they're not looking at you and they're saying, there's a not TikTok, but a Twitter post. I can't remember. I can't quote it for verbatim, but that man said, "I've been with Microsoft or Xbox through thick and thin." Thick and thin. He's been fighting a good fight. They're not looking at you.
Sound like us back in the day.
Sound like us back in the Wii U days.
Sound
Bro,
like Wii U days.
They're not looking at you. They don't even know you exist. You are a number. So treat them the way you treat them. They're just a number. They don't have what you want. Take your money somewhere else. When they bring something that you want, give them back your money. Treat them like they treat you. This is a business transaction. We're not friends. I don't know Phil. I don't know Miyamoto. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play them games though. But as soon as they do something that I don't like, then I'll go somewhere else and play those games. This industry is large, man. So listen, that's my little opening. You know what I'm saying? They saw the numbers. They saw the they was like, man, we can't. Hey, there is no turning back now. There is no turning back. And technically, he didn't lie. The 4 games that he talked about did indeed come. The four games did not include Indiana Jones. That's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
It just happened later.
So yeah. I'm gonna say this, man. We've been saying this. We've been preaching this on this podcast ever since they bought Activision. Not so much Bethesda, but Activision Blizzard. We've been saying this is going to change. They cannot rely on a number of systems that they don't even feel confident sharing how many have been moved. So let's just look at this. The writing is on the wall. I think this was in the plan when they even went into purchasing Activision Blizzard, Blizzard and Bethesda. I believe this was always the plan. This is not them reacting. It's just them damage controlling as they lay out their plan. So they Phil is damage controlling because I'm telling y'all, Phil is no longer in the driver's seat. He's just the face. He is the person that's having to clean it up. But so you're gonna be the face of this transition. So you do all the damage controlling you can. You hold down the fort. You put up smoke and mirrors. You mislead. But at the end of the day, this was always the direction. One, why? How many Xbox Series X and S's are sold? How many? We don't know. They won't share. They won't share how many of these systems have moved. So if PlayStation is at 60 plus million and Microsoft is selling 2, maybe 2, 3 to 1, then we can probably guess that Xbox has moved maybe 20, 25, 30 million systems between the Xbox Series X and S. So you got about 30 million series platforms out, Xbox Series platforms out there with Game Pass and day one release. And most of these people have Game Pass, the old SKU that they had to change because they wasn't making money, to put games that's costing hundreds of millions of dollars to produce, and you send it out to a market where there's only 30 million, and maybe not, most of them are not going to buy the game. Maybe so, and then those that would potentially buy the game have Game Pass. So actual sales You may have maybe 5, 6 million, 7. That's not going to make them back what they spent to produce the title. What they not on top of that, they had to spend the $70 billion to get both Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda. Now they paying for them, and then now they're paying for their games to be produced. Then they had to go pay for the use of Indiana Jones. And they paid for Harrison Ford to actually play the voice. People, this is a lot of money. And like
wait. Harrison's not in it.
He's not. I thought they did pay. Well, okay,
No.
but they got to pay for his likeness, though. They got to pay for his likeness.
That's something Baker. What's his name?
Okay, I was wrong on that. But
Troy Baker.
They got to pay for his likeness, though, and they got to pay for this franchise to be able to use it. So they license it. They paying for the licensing, and then all this is going into the development of this game. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the game looked mediocre to me. So, look at that PlayStation 5. Wait a minute. This is so sad. Let me pause it. I think they added PlayStation 5 to it already. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. Action coming. I'm going to read this article here in a second, but let me see. Spring 2025. Is coming to the PlayStation. So that makes it clear that it's already being in the process of being ported. Now, so they knew what they was doing.
It is on the way.
They knew. They just couldn't tell y'all because they didn't want the Titanic. They didn't want all that damage control. So they've been piecing the truth out to you this entire year. Now, it's not, and let me say this, I'm not mad at no sincere Xbox fan who is upset with this. I feel like you have every right to be, because the messaging that Phil and Microsoft and Xbox has been given has been confusing, has been untruthful. Are partially true. Well, it's untruthful because you know what's going on. You ain't doing this. This is not something you just reacting. This is not a reaction. This was the plan. Remember, many times, what's his name with Nintendo that retired? Reggie. Reggie had come out. Reggie Fils-Aimé had come out and say, we're not having the direct next week. We're not going to talk about this next week. Next week, show up. They talking about everything Reggie said they weren't going to talk about. We don't have a new system. We're only for then next week. Switch shows up. All that. Look, man. These folks lie. Phil has.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
They lie.
What? This is what? They don't care about my film. What? Hold on, man.
No.
You've been with them thick and thin, bro.
You are money. And if you're not bringing in the money, they got to go where they got to make up. We going to watch this video. Phil literally says it. So it's not something I'm saying. Phil saying it. I just feel like Phil has been put in a tight spot because Phil has lost power. Phil has lost power, y'all. He has been kind of sidetracked. He has been put on the sideline, but he has to manage the ship. He still has to manage the damage. That's what him and Bonds and all of them are doing. They are managing the damage of the U-turn. They are managing the damage of the shift. They are out there. Y'all been the face. Manage it as we shift Xbox to a different direction. We changing the sail. It's gonna be a hard turn. So y'all keep it as calm and collective and manage as much as you can as we make this turn. That's what's happening. Phil has to come out here knowing good and well this game was coming to PlayStation when he said it in February or whenever he said it. He knew the game was coming to PlayStation. I bet PlayStation knew the game was coming to PlayStation. They knew.
They had to get a dev kit.
They got it. They had to, but they got to do it the way that they do it. Hey, plug the hole until and kick it down until we got to deal with it. We don't have to deal with it right now. It's February. We're not going to deal with it. When games come, and we have a slated to announce that it's coming to PlayStation, and it is just a timed exclusive, we'll announce it then. Let's get through all the other stuff we have. Let's talk about the tiers and how we revamping Game Pass. They couldn't give you all this in one whop, so they milking it out. They milking it out. They milking out all the negative, all the stuff that's gonna cause people some tension. They milking it out piece by piece and letting a little pressure off, and then they let something else out. The pressure go back up. They pause for a second, then they let another troubling truth out. That's what they doing. They playing damage control right now to get through this U-turn. Guess who else gonna be doing it? Sony gonna be doing it too. They ain't fire all them people and close all them studios for no reason. It's just, they just not as bad as Microsoft right now. So let's do this. Because I'm not mad. I'm not necessarily even mad at Microsoft or Xbox. I feel like Phil did lie. I think we need to call him.
He didn't lie.
He didn't?
He did not lie. He did not say, he never said that this game was never coming to PlayStation.
No, he didn't.
What he said, as Keith stated, he said that this was not part of the a part of their original approach.
Okay. So
now
he was
now
misleading.
where I do think he lied at is that this is him saying that this is not a change in their culture or a change, like a global change. I think that's a lie. I think that was a lie.
No, yeah,
because I do believe that the piece I held back that I was going to say that I think this being the outside of Starfield, this is the biggest game they've released on the Xbox Studios for this generation. I would dare to say Starfield was one. I would say that this is probably the second biggest game they've released under their new whatever. And the fact that it is coming to PlayStation, to me, says a whole lot. And ain't none of it good. Yeah. If this game can come, if this game can come, everything. That's what I'm saying. The floodgates shall have opened.
Everything was all K-Bomb. Come on, bro. All of us said it's over. We said it's over 4 months ago. We said
maybe.
No, okay. It wasn't
no. I'm saying maybe now. I'm thinking about it.
No,
I agree. No, okay. I'm just adding a little spice.
This is not shocking to me. Nothing about this is shocking.
Here's a little spice. All right. What was it? $70 billion for Activision.
Yeah.
It was $7 billion for Bethesda.
Something like that.
I can't see them doing this, but just hear me out. I agree with y'all. I think the floodgates are open, but they got to get that money back.
That's my point.
So, but I'm saying they could open the door, and then once that money is paid back, they could close the door. I doubt it.
I doubt it. They definitely could. I'm not arguing my boo-boo.
I doubt it.
I don't think they will.
I don't see that. Once you get a taste of that money, like these companies that made all these changes during COVID, that got rid of all these that cut all these costs so that they can not go under during COVID. These companies ain't brought this stuff back. When during that first recession in my job, and they got rid of stuff like 4-ply toilet paper and pencils and cups for people can have. When they found out that you can cut all that and save all that money, ain't nobody getting that back.
So, now I'm not saying
it's in the budget now.
I see what Keith is saying. I'm not going to rule out the possibility, but I'm going to say no. It's not.
I will.
I'm going to say this. it was clear when they made those purchases that, and they won't share with us how many of their boxes have moved. That means they haven't moved enough to even make sense to depend on that market. They can't. It's not enough there to warrant leaving this title with that small amount of purchases. It's not enough. And they're not even selling anywhere else. They're not selling. What's up, Alan Steve? Welcome to the show. They're not selling enough systems to move software. Do y'all not realize they're not selling enough systems
I understand, but I personally thought, I'll be completely honest. I thought that this was a master move to take the momentum away. Because remember, they paid $50 million to get GTA.
Let's go back to 360. Oh, 360. Oh, okay.
360. They paid $50 million to get GTA. And so, to me, I didn't think that this meant that Xbox itself was over. I thought, because they've done this before, they paid millions of dollars to get Solid Snake.
That's when they were trying. But that's what I'm saying, Keith.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think it was a done deal, that it was over. I'm just saying that's because I looked at their history of it, and I've seen them pay that money, and I've seen them move forward with with the decisions, but not just completely says, okay, now we're throwing in the towel, we're just going third party. I didn't see that coming.
Phil said it when he said, we cannot compete with Sony and Nintendo. No one is going to leave Sony to come over here to buy one of our boxes. That's what, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what Phil said. This is not going to cause anybody to come and buy their box. So they have conceded that no matter what we did, we spent all that money to get GTA. We spent all that money to get Solid Snake. We spent all that money to get Final Fantasy over here. We went to Japan to make some deals with them to get some of the Japanese games on our system. We tried to make this system as competitive as possible. And no one, other than Americans, and very few of them, want our Xbox. They want PlayStation or Nintendo.
I mean, they were winning in the other generation when the PlayStation 3 was floundering. They were winning.
Why?
But they were winning. I understand why. I'm just saying they were winning.
For the people to hear, why was they winning?
But they were winning. Though.
Why though? You got to give the why.
Because the PlayStation was too expensive.
How much was too expensive, K-Bomb? Tell us how much it was.
All your money.
It was more than the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 3 was more than the PlayStation 5 now. Then.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why.
I mean, they're still winning though. Yeah, they're still winning. Don't take it away from them now. Don't take it away.
Sony still caught up with them after they dropped that price and
but somebody did switch though. You was talking about switching. That's how they got the switch.
My point is, I love the 360, but I think Phil already told us when Phil came out and said we cannot compete. That was it, and y'all just spent $70 billion, and you said we can't compete. No, it was inevitable. So anyway, y'all. Let's listen to Phil share why they're doing what they're doing. He's been telling you this, but he's going to say it straight up this time. Let's go.
Oh, fantastic. And obviously we can't talk about opening night live. We saw some amazing new stuff from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle as well as that exciting release date. We also saw the news about PlayStation as well, which is really cool. I'm really interested in that. So I want to know how this connects back to Xbox's perspective on how and when this approach happens to other titles.
I mean, I'll start just saying Machine Games is doing such a nice job with that game. I thought it showed really well. And that's the most important thing is quality of the games, teams that are getting support that can go build the game. And it was just nice. The long gameplay segment that they had, I thought was fantastic. Going to the PlayStation announcement, obviously last spring, we launched 4 games, 2 of them on the Switch, 4 of them on PlayStation, and we said we're going to learn. We said we'd watch. And I think at Showcase, I might have said from our learning, we're going to do more. What I see when I look is our franchises are getting stronger. our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've
be getting stronger, and the Xbox console players are as high as they've ever seen. They don't even show you the numbers. Anyway,
ever been.
Amazing.
So I look at it and I say, okay, our player numbers are going up for the console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. And we run a business. Like, it's definitely true inside of Microsoft. The bar is high for us in terms of the delivery that
we run a business, and the bar inside of, he didn't say Xbox, he said inside of Microsoft. Let's run that back. The bar inside of Microsoft, not Xbox, but Microsoft, the lead company. That lets you know who's making these decisions. Let's go.
Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. And we run a business. Like, it's definitely true inside of Microsoft. The bar is high for us in terms of the delivery that we have to give back to the company.
The bar is high. Okay, so we run a business inside of Microsoft, and the bar for us, Xbox, me, Phil Spencer, is high, and they want their revenue back. So Phil is telling you that they said, we got to go a different direction. We have already forked out too many millions, and we just forked out another 70 to make you competitive. We going in a different direction.
Because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing in what we're able to go do. So I look at this, how can we make our games as strong as possible? Our platform continues to grow, both on console, on PC, and on cloud. And I think it's just going to be a strategy that works for us. And the last thing I'll probably say is I think as an industry right now, there's a lot of pressure on the industry. It's been growing for a long time, and now people are looking for ways to grow. And I think that us as fans, as players of games, we just have to anticipate there's going to be more change in how some of the traditional ways that games were built and distributed. That's going to change. That's going to change for all of us. But the end result has to be better games that more people can play. If we're not focused on that, I think we're focused on the wrong things. So for us as Xbox, health of Xbox, health of our platform, and our growing games, most important things.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Okay, so did y'all hear that? K-Bone, did y'all hear that? Hello? Hello? Everybody muted?
My bad, my bad.
We are on a delay, so I'm trying to listen to it.
I was trying to listen to you.
but yelling at me.
Okay, so one thing I want to say here is I feel sorry for Sarah Bond. What's the point of her being here if she's supposed to be Phil now for Xbox? She's inherited the ship when it's taken on a whole bunch of leaks. And the old captain is still driving. So what's the point of her being here? If you're not going to ask her questions, you're not going to really let her talk, what's the point? That's one.
Did she not talk?
She talked, but did you hear her? In that question right there, why not Phil just let Sarah answer that question? Why is
maybe he trying to take the heat for it.
All right,
because he know people gonna be mad at this decision, and he know the fans. He come on, man, you know console gaming, you know fans gonna be mad about this, and so maybe this is his way of trying to deflect and take some heat away from her. I don't know. I'm reaching too, so I don't know. It just all looks bad to me.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know. I have not seen the full interview, so I don't know if Sarah did say anything. I know this.
She says, I'm saying in this segment, this part, she didn't say much.
Yeah, in this segment, this is the one that's been going around the internet because people have been using this one to say, "Oh man, it's over," but I have no idea if Did you say you saw the whole thing?
No, I just saw. I pretty much got the whole. No, I just saw this part, and it's more to it. I sped up. So it's other segments. It's not that long. She did talk, but Phil did majority of the talking. That's all I'm saying. Phil doing majority of the talking. But go ahead. What y'all thoughts? He said, we are business. Microsoft has placed high expectations on us. Xbox. Let's go back. Let's just go back real quick. I just want to hear it for myself. Let's go back.
We said we're going to learn. We said we'd watch. I think at Showcase, I might have said, from our learning, we're going to do more. Mm-hmm. What I see when I look is our franchises are getting stronger. Mm-hmm. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've ever been.
Amazing. Mm-hmm.
So I look at it and I say, okay, our player numbers are going up for the console platform. Uh-huh. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. Yeah. And we run a business. Like, it's definitely true.
We run a business. Let's continue.
Inside of Microsoft, the bar.
Inside of Microsoft, the bar
is high for us in terms.
It's high for Xbox. K-Bomb, Keith, what does that sound like to you?
We run a business.
We run a business. Microsoft, its expectations is high. What it says to me is somebody came down there to talk to them. That's what it says to me. Somebody came down and had a conversation.
Well, we know they have a parent company.
I know. I'm saying when because Microsoft has a lot of money, they worth buku. They close to $1 trillion, ain't they? Ain't they about $1 trillion? So they never worrying about going under. That's not the question. But Xbox has not really been producing for how many generations now? Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, and then you add the original Xbox. All of them flopped. The only one that was successful was the 360. They have lost every generation. They have shed money every generation. They make an expensive platforms that lose money on day one with games that doesn't even move the units to justify their creation. And now we just spent money to acquire Activision, to acquire Bethesda, to give you, we know, industry-wide beloved titles. Call of Duty, you got that on Microsoft, on Xbox. Do you think Microsoft is like, yeah, we finna limit that to 25 million systems and some PC users? No, they was not. But these games are meant to make money. It sounds like to me somebody came down there and said, we changing course. You can still run Xbox, but these games are not going to be exclusive to that box. You can keep it, but we putting these games where we can make money so we can get our money back, so we can make this department in Microsoft profitable. I think that's the expectation. We want to see profit. I don't care how you see it. I don't care where you find the money at. We better see some profit going forward. That's what I'm hearing, and that's what it seems like Microsoft, but Phil is saying. Microsoft ready to see some profit from this department. That's what it said to me. And they gonna do what they gotta do to see profits come in. That's what I hear. Go ahead. Your floor is yours.
I don't know. I don't share that same exact sentiments. I don't think someone just came down. To me, these are long-term decisions that are made years in advance.
I'm not saying I
don't think this is a quick decision. I think that this has been on the plate for a while. But there's definitely some switching up that needs to occur.
For clarity, I'm not saying it was a quick decision. All I'm just bringing attention to that there was a conversation. I don't know when it took place. I know it took place before they spent that $70 billion.
Yeah, and that's why I'm agreeing as well. That it took place before they spent that grip. There's no way they spend that type of money and then quickly change gears. This is definitely something that's been in the making. It was part of the process. They just have been, as you stated before, slow on giving that information to us because they need the consumers to continue to buy into said product. And so I really would. I don't know. I personally, as far as talking about gaming, as far as the conversation that we're having, I just don't fully understand Microsoft's position. I I know they're playing because I've been the one championing this for a while, and I think this is still their direction. Their direction is still gaming anywhere. It is still this place where they can go anywhere. Where you, the gamer, can go anywhere and game. I believe that is still the direction. That is still the route they're going to take. That is still what's going to occur. Nothing about that has changed. Um, but it muddies the message when the way that they're talking about it. It muddies the message the way they deliver it, and it just doesn't seem like their delivery of this process just seems so convoluted. It just seems so we have the feeling that they're just making stuff up. Like that's bad. When the people your consumers feel that you're just making everything up on the fly.
Because
And but
they are.
that's the feeling.
They not.
That's the feeling. But
They are.
but I don't. But the thing is, I disagree. I don't believe that's what they're doing. I don't believe they're just making things up on the fly. I believe that these are plans and processes that have
No, no,
been
no,
put
no,
in
no.
place for a while now, and they're just executing them. But it feels like they're just making things up.
No,
That's
I'm not saying that their plan is being made up on the fly. I'm saying how they are addressing their fan base is Band-Aid for right now. I'm gonna say what sounds good for right now until I have to rip this Band-Aid off again. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
That part is Phil knew this in February. Yet and still he said what was needed to be said in February to make the fan base calm down because it got out that they were going third party, which they are. To only turn around and say we are the biggest third party on your rival system. So yeah, the plan in the background. Yeah, you're right, K-Bun. The plan on the background is true. That they've been knowing what they about to do. I would say they've been knowing this for at least this generation. I think once they saw that they were not selling back in what 19, 20, they started changing course at that moment. That this system is not getting out. PlayStation is already out selling it, and the Switch is a phenomenon. We not only are we now losing to Sony, but Nintendo has carved out a whole nother, which we're going to get there in a second. They're kind of changing even the fabric of the industry. What I feel like I said it in the chat, I said it here. I feel like we're at a dead end. We're approaching a dead end. I feel like Microsoft realizes we're approaching a dead end, and we're on the losing end of that dead end. Sony is winning between the two, but I even think Sony realized we're approaching a dead end. So, Microsoft, go ahead.
Can you elaborate a little bit more what you mean by approaching a dead end?
I believe that the way that things has been done and the race for power and graphics and flops and all that stuff has caused them to speed to a place, and now they're getting to a place to where games are too expensive, and the return is not guaranteed with all the spending. So we have made these expensive platforms with games that cost a lot to make, and we're getting to diminishing returns. And so what do? Microsoft is totally losing here. Sony is still somewhat, like Keith said, got the mind share. It's still Sony. They still got brand power. Even though I believe their PC access and even down to even putting certain characters on in Legos to be with Horizon to be on a Switch and wanting that character actually in Smash. Like, it's telling me that they're seeing we got to create other avenues for funds, that this tried and true path is no longer viable. So I believe their traditional path is shifting. I believe Microsoft is shifting now because they losing now. And I believe they've been knowing it, but they piecing it out slow by slow because they know their fan base is still in the console war mindset. They want to beat Sony. They want to be the best. They got the most powerful system. And Microsoft is clearly going in a different direction. So they both of them are approaching this dead end. They see the sign. There's not much road left here. We got to go a different direction. But at the same time, they messaging has been as if they are, you know what I'm saying, still on that traditional path. And now they starting to share it now when it, honestly, later in the platform's life, now they talking about this different path and play everywhere. But it was clearly where they was going to eventually get to. So that's what I'm saying. I believe we at a dead end, approaching a dead end. All of them are. I would say Nintendo may be outside of that because they shifted earlier. To me, they shifted and played the long game. Go ahead.
I think I look at it like this. Imagine that there's only a million video gamers in the world, and I'm using a little bit of Microsoft's talking points on this. There's only a million video game players in the world. Sony has 60% of that. Nintendo has 30, and Microsoft has 10. And it's not growing. There's not 150 million. There's not, you know what I mean? It's not growing. So Microsoft is looking at it like, dang, I want some of that 60 million. How do I get some of that 60 million? Well, they've tried to go toe to toe with them. It didn't work. You know, they've tried to do everything that they possibly could. So what's the best thing to do? Put the games over there and get some of that money. And I think that's what you're saying is their strategy is we're going to just let the players play the games because that's what it's all about. Okay, they're not going to buy our platform. Cool. We have created a space where they don't need to buy our platform. We look at it as gamers, look at it as a joke, like ha 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 ha. But Microsoft has said, nah, I'm getting some of that 60%. Y'all can laugh all you want to. I'm going to get some of that money. Like Phil was saying, we've seen the highest growth ever. That's because those games are now on the PlayStation and now on the Switch. They're seeing the growth. We're laughing, ha 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 ha. They're going to the bank. They're laughing to the bank. So that's the strategy.
Right.
How do I get some more? Because they said it in that same interview where they were talking about those 4 games. I think they were saying that the industry really is not growing. We are at a stalemate right now where the industry is going as far as like player numbers. Like we're not really getting a lot of new players, a lot of the same old. It's a traditional same old. So if the players aren't increasing, then you got to increase the number of players that's already there to your platform. Nintendo, like you said, Nintendo's cool. They're in their own lane. They're happy with their 30% because they're making money off their 30%. While even though Sony has 60% or whatever, and I'm just making numbers up. Please don't quote me. I'm just making stuff up.
Let me ask you. No, finish your thought.
I do want to touch on that after he gets done. I do really got a quick point I want to touch on.
I'm going to add.
But I was going to end it with this: is while Sony may be enjoying their 60% because Sony is a monster like in this gaming industry, but they also are making super expensive games where a lot of times they may not even recoup the money that they need to recoup, even with their higher player count. But that's all I was going to finish with.
Yeah,
I'm making numbers up. Making numbers up. Okay, making it up.
No problem. I do want to touch base on the fact that we already know because of the study that was done a while ago that gaming has slightly increased. That there was a study we talked about this on the podcast. I forget when we talked about it, but we talked about it on the podcast a while ago. And there was a group that did the study on it that showed that gaming has slightly increased from last year.
Fortnite and all those games.
Okay. Yep. So we have talked about that. This isn't new, right? But there's another piece I wanted to add. So gaming isn't going the other way. It's not a dead end. It is growing a little bit. But what is going the other way is kind of what the piece you talked about as far as trying to find other avenues to sell your games. Sony has already realized this. This is why they go to PC. They've already realized that they have to go through other avenues to make money. The traditional way of gaming is not the way gaming works now. They know that, and that's why they've already started making these changes. That's why that's why they are not going to stop putting other games on the PlayStation console. That is not going to stop. That's going to be a continuous trend that is going to happen. But the way traditional gaming works, it doesn't work that way anymore.
Right. Okay.
And that's why they push the PC. That's why they do all these other ways of pushing their games and getting out there, because traditional gaming and just sitting back and having your first party game be an extent and be the way you game is no longer the way that you game now. It is definitely a much different way.
I add this too. Sony did it, but I feel like even Sony stopped playing to their strength. The one thing Sony had that I had to feel like they had on everybody was the everybody system. They had something for everybody. Whether you game or considered yourself a gamer, they kind of had a blue ocean type aspect to the PlayStation 2 with the DVD player. So if you didn't game, you got something out of this system being in your house anyway. You can still watch DVDs, and just so happen, hey, you got a game, your son and your daughter has a gaming system, and maybe you may even get into playing games. So some was buying it for DVD player, some was buying for the video games. It was scratching two itches. It served a very valued position in the house. Same thing with PlayStation 3. Xbox 360 tried to add it later on. They tried to add they messed up, but they did add a DVD player in the revised version, if I'm not mistaken, where you can play DVDs, and they screwed up with trying to go with HD DVD instead of Blu-ray. But then, of course, the industry changed with streaming, so all that's gone. And you can stream anywhere on your phone. So that's gone. So then it became power, HD, power. And in that move, that's the lane I'm talking about. That's coming to a dead end. Is because it has shrunk the base. Because most can't keep up with it, most can't afford it. And the industry can't afford it. You can't afford the games, you can't afford the systems. That's the problem we at right now. These systems are outside of the pricing that casuals will buy. So that's why people still playing PlayStation. It's not because they don't want the PlayStation 5. They don't want to spend $499, $600 to do it. That's the problem. So they stand with their PlayStation 4 because it does enough. And that's where I feel like Nintendo is on the outside of that, because they have played the long game with the graphics and the power to keep pricing where they have kept pricing. So they stay still competitive. They can keep moving. If you look at Microsoft, you look at them, the everywhere strategy is an affordable strategy. I'm trying to make it affordable for you to get to my game. And so that's what I'm seeing, and they putting it everywhere. They stripping it down to put it on Nintendo Switch platform. They're gonna have to strip it down or diminish it in some way to put it on a Fire Stick. So PlayStation is going to eventually have to do the same thing. That's like I was at work today. I'm seeing, man, dude, I'm telling you, bro, these kids is letting me know that whole hybrid thing is the thing. The Lenovo's and switches and game Steam decks. That's all I'm seeing. K-Bump, that's all I'm seeing on campus. I watch this dude every day come in with his Lenovo. Every day. I'm like, God, man, this portable, powerful, semi-powerful system is where they at, and they liking it. It's good enough. They can stay on the go. They can be in class. They can be on the move. That's the shift. And that's what I'm saying. The lane that they going down is shifting. I think Microsoft sees it. They just calling it early. We losing. We pivoting. That's why they said the next thing is not going to be your traditional. They talk. We was kind of speculating it's not going to even be a box. It's probably going to be something like a Surface, something like that. They going in a different direction, and I believe the Sony sees it too. It's just not in the same boat Microsoft is in. Microsoft is hemorrhaging. Go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm gonna say a quick statement. And I'm gonna give it back to Keith. I know Keith wanted to say something. I do have a slight disagreement to your point.
Okay.
About games getting too expensive. The marshal power is too much, and that's causing the issue. I will say this, and Keith, you can correct me if I'm wrong. PC gaming is the highest it's ever been.
Yeah.
PC gaming has grown over the past 5 years. The PC world is the world that pushes graphics even more than consoles.
I agree.
Consoles is baby pushing when compared to what's pushed in the PC space, and I would dare to say the PC space is growing. So I don't agree. I don't agree with the point that the dead end is the overpriced game or just the power, and people are sick of it, because that is PCs. I mean, they're going to the push. Who's talking about full ray tracing and light ray tracing? Is the console. It is the PC space. Who's fighting over the different graphic cards? It's the PC space. It is not the console space. And and that space is the space that's growing. That is also the space that the console gamers are reaching out to. So I do disagree a little bit. Like I said, I want Keith to keep me honest on that, because I know a little bit about PC.
I agree.
You're right.
But I think there is a but. I think there's a little nuance to why that industry is growing. It's because they're making the entry level cheaper. That's why I'm talking about these Lenovo's and these Steam Decks and all that stuff is PC.
Wait, entry level to the developing of the game, or the
entry level to getting into PC gaming. It's becoming affordable.
The casuals are buying those. Not casuals.
That's my point.
But PC has been growing before that. There's a constant growth, and I don't think I would agree to say that it is the Lenovo's or the Steam Decks that is causing the PC growth. There is a leaving of the consoles, to me, that is causing the PC growth. I have many people I know who have left, and I'm not using this as an example. I'm not saying this is an example.
But
Therefore, this is true.
Would them be casual players, or would you say them
more? It's a little bit of both.
Okay,
it's a little bit of both.
I would say them more hardcore.
But they are going out there and building beast PCs to play these games. They're not going out there picking up Steam Decks. They're building PCs to get some power. Not the highest end, but they're getting some beasts out there now.
Not only that, the games are more affordable. You also get, a lot of times you get new experiences, like some little small dev team. Hey, we're gonna put this game out for early access, and you normally get that on the PC. It's just a more robust gaming experience, and you can still use your favorite console controller, so you're not missing out on that. So PC.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and then and I'm pretty sure it's like this on console, but not to this extent. I rag on Nia for being in the Steam trenches or whatever, all up in the trenches. but they do have some quality titles in there. And
the indies.
In the little indies, there's free games that you would not be able to play anywhere else.
And be popping them out.
And I'm that's what I'm trying. And the entry to that, you don't have. Well, to me, it seems, I could be wrong. Y'all correct me. I may be wrong. But even the Switch came from a device that was giving you entrance to that world. The NVIDIA Shield gave you access to that world for cheap. and now you might not be able to run those games at the most expensive. I mean, at the most high settings, but you got access to that world, to those games, to that pricing, to that freedom, not having to pay for online and all this stuff. And a lot of people, as casuals are finding out about these other options, and they are taking advantage of them. That's what I'm saying. So
I don't think that's the Grover piece. I hear what you're saying, but I don't. I've never heard anyone build a PC and say they're building a PC for entry level. I personally have never heard that.
But
I don't believe that's what people are doing. People are doing when they're playing PC. They're playing PC so they can get some of these graphics that you can't. That is limited on console.
I know, but the person that's building a PC to play games will be more likely a hardcore gamer. I'm focusing on the casuals that are playing the Fortnites, and I'm seeing I'm up at these campuses. I've seen them with these things in their house. I'm like, dang, I didn't know about, but I'm finding out people are finding out about
people who can't afford to build a $2,000 PC.
I know, and when you're seeing a lot of more kids who are a little bit more in the know about the options, like I got a friend, you know who I'm talking about, Ministry Son, is a gamer. He doesn't have a powerful PC, but he plays PC more. He used to be in Nintendo because he called me all the time, asked me about games and should he get this, should he get that. Well, I noticed he does not play on PlayStation nor Switch anymore. He's playing on his PC, and it's not a powerful PC. It runs the games that he plays that's popular, them little cheap, them same games that what's his name? That he's not Corey Kenshin be playing these same games where they be made by some obscure dev and it be cheap looking and you can run it on pretty much anything. And that's the games they be playing. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, a lot of these kids are doing that and playing Fortnite that way and comfortable with the visuals at that level. They're not all building these uber duper PCs. They are finding ways of not having to spend all the money to pay for online, to pay for all these different things on consoles. They going outside of that and they find other avenues to do it. That's what I'm seeing. But I could be wrong. But that's what I've seen several kids doing. Some of my family members, friends, kids, they all on. I'm like, what kind of PC y'all? Just a weaker PC than I got with this Dell sitting here. And they running those games. I see. That's why I see a lot of people doing that. But anyway, go ahead. My bad. That's kind of going in a different direction. But let me read what D2K said. PC gaming is a better long-term investment for people that are looking for cutting-edge graphics and gameplay. Even though the initial investment is steep, over time you save so much money on games. I would never know. I don't have a PC, but I'm pretty sure Keith can attest to that.
Absolutely. So many different options. You don't even have to go to Steam. You go to Epic. There's Game Pass. Ubisoft, EA. Everybody has something on there. What is it? Activision. What is that thing called? It's Blizzard something. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, and then there's online websites, Green Man Gaming, and so many others that I won't mention. There's so many different avenues, but PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, you got to go to them for the most part.
Let me see this shout out to Chariot Man, D2K. I didn't give y'all shout out. Alan Steve. All right, go ahead, Keith. It's your floor.
No. That was it. That was it.
So, like I said, another thing D2K said on here, he said within 10 years, Xbox platform will be gone. The Microsoft game division will remain, but they are slowly but surely phasing the Xbox brand into oblivion. Then he says the traditional console model is no longer sustainable. Nia said, I think Xbox is sticking around, but as a storefront like Steam or Epic Games Store. Thoughts before we move on.
No, I agree with that. I mean, you already see it on the what's that? The Fire Stick. That's pretty much a game store now.
On my TV
or your
like
or his TV.
I still haven't taken advantage of it, but I can literally play Xbox Game Pass directly on my Samsung TV with nothing else but a PlayStation controller that I can hook up to the TV, and I can give Xbox money without even remotely owning an Xbox system. Just a TV that I bought through someone else.
So you mentioned this, K-Bomb. So you said the council war, and I'm trying to find this article that you shared, or one of y'all shared in the chat. Let me see if I can find it, where it talks about this officially ends. Yeah, here it is, right here. So is this it? Yeah, this is it. So let me read this. Let me get it down here first. Let me get this out the way. So is the council war officially over? Does this make it official? Don't go quiet on me now. Is it over?
My initial take on the surface is yes, but I think Microsoft just changed the battle. If you can't beat them, join them. They're gonna get my position on it is they're gonna get the money and win in a different way.
I'm not mad that it's over. It should have been over, but K-Bomb, is it over? Is the council war over?
I have already stated that it is over.
Okay. So let's read this.
Once you start putting that on the other system, you have created no reason to put on your system. It is donezo. It's over. Don't even worry about it.
Okay. So let's read this. It says, for as long as video game consoles have existed, there has been some sort of conflict between owners of rival systems across, Atari, Nintendo, Sega, and for the last 20 years or so, Xbox, PlayStation, and ... the king. Now let me stop. Nintendo. Wow. This has created entrenched camps of devoted fans who go to the internet war with each other with each new development across all the consoles. But now more than ever, the whole thing just is more than ever. This whole thing is just ... over. The big three have splintered in ways that simply do not have them competing in the same fashion as before. And recent developments at Microsoft seems like they're now ended this entire, often very dumb contest for good. If there's a winner here, it's probably Nintendo, who has barely even been involved in any of this for years now. It sold a zillion Switches and exists on its own island of originals and may be the occasional port of third parties that must descale themselves to work. That's so dirty. That must descale themselves to work on the platform. Now they're about to make a Switch 2 that will sell a zillion units. Well, we're yet to know that, but let's continue. So it's mainly been PlayStation and Xbox competing against one another directly for years now. Microsoft especially has repeatedly said they're not doing console wars and has said they're more in competition with places like Google, Apple than PlayStation. Okay. But now Xbox is just truly not caring even a little bit about any of this. They are on the road of effectively becoming a third-party publisher, releasing games on all platforms, including PlayStation. Yes, right now there's a time delay, but it's clear nothing is off the table to move across the chasm. Previously, even if Microsoft was downplaying console sales, there was at least this narrative that they had scooped up all these studios to finally make an attractive game to compete with Sony's first-party offerings. Now these games are trickling over to PlayStation anyway, leaving devoted fans, Xbox fans, to wonder why they are still devoted Xbox fans. Microsoft will continue to make hardware as an option, but after being drastically behind PlayStation sales for a full 2 generations now, they are just not meaningful. They are just not meaningful competitors in that space as they turn towards the cloud and subscriptions to Game Pass. So has PlayStation beaten Microsoft? Maybe in console sales, but that's not exactly news. But Sony is facing its own significant challenges as they too are realizing something similar to Microsoft, that pure console exclusive vastly limit your reach, making enormous budget single player games may win awards. You need to put some comments or pauses or something in here with their quality, but limited to PlayStation or even just PlayStation 5. That's a problem. So Sony too now has been forced to expand with time-delayed PC release are now launching its. Doggone it. Okay, let me read that again because this is all bad. So Sony too now has been forced to expand with time-delayed PC releases now. I'm gonna cut that R now out. That don't make sense to me. Launching its live service game day and date with PC. Sony is stuck between continuing to make its giant single-player games and knowing revenue is limited for them, and trying to break into live service, but that is an incredibly difficult market with millions of people content to keep playing Fortnite, Roblox was my daughter's love, and Warzone for years and years. Sony did have a brilliant bit of success with the Helldivers 2 launch, but they canceled Naughty Dog's Last of Us multiplayer game, which cost their prize a studio years of work. And now Concord, which reportedly has been in development for 8 years, is about to unavoidably tank when it releases tomorrow.
Ooh, I enjoyed. I didn't think it was bad.
Ain't nobody talking about that game, man.
Why hating on Concord?
Because it's gonna tank. He's not lying, even though his punctuation.
I don't think Concord's a bad game.
No, he didn't say it's bad. He said it's going to tank, meaning it is not going to sell. I would say that gamers have still won here. There are loads of awesome games across multiple consoles, and of course, PC and less exclusivity is good for actual consumers. But Microsoft and Sony especially are both. Why wouldn't you say especially Microsoft? Why would you anyway? But Microsoft and Sony especially are both running into significant problems with their respective models. And even if PlayStation have outsold Xbox consoles for a decade now, it's a bit more complicated than that. But yes, anything resembling an actual console war is effectively over now. That's just not how the industry works now in 2024. Sir, please have somebody to revise your stuff to put proper commas and stuff so people can stop and know what you're trying to emphasize. But I want your opinions on this. What's y'all thoughts?
What is your thought?
I read the whole thing. So, is the war over? Has the war ended? Let me read what D2K said. Even Nintendo's president, Furukawa, stated that the cost of game developments for them has dramatically gone up and will continue to go up. That's a huge red flag for the industry. True, he did say that. I agree. I think that's why that's why I said I think they've been playing the long game. They wasn't in a rush. I think Sony and Microsoft rushed themselves to a inroad that Nintendo is slowly getting there, but they just, because they haven't been playing the power game, it's not been they've been focused more on their games than power. they got a little bit more time. But go ahead, K-Bum Keith, who want to go on this, and then we can wrap it up.
I think the console war battle is definitely over. I think that's been over for a very, very long time. I'm still optimistic to see what Microsoft does. I'm not like a fan, like, oh my God, I'm still holding on to hope. No, I'm just curious to see what type of moves they continue to make. I think they make some of the most interesting choices that I've ever seen in gaming, or just a company who just won't give a, just won't stop. You know what I'm saying? They like the little bud that just like, no, y'all lost, but y'all keep coming. They keep doing things. They keep making moves. Like Sega, they was like, hey man, this ain't working. And they just stopped and they just went completely third party. And they doing okay. They got games out in different places. But that console war is definitely over. Microsoft will never, ever, ever overtake PlayStation. And they would ever. They would never ever overtake PlayStation. And they would never ever overtake Nintendo. They just don't have it. Nintendo and Sony would literally have to stop making consoles, and Microsoft will still struggle to try to take the console market. They just can't do it. But as far as this overall war, Microsoft has made some different moves, and I'm curious to see why they keep making the moves and doing the things that they're doing. So I don't want to just all out write them off. And like K-Bone said at the beginning of this podcast, they just keep giving us material. So keep giving us material, Microsoft. Just keep giving us stuff to work with. But yeah, war is dead. It's over with between them two.
He said, keep giving us material. Go ahead, K-Bone.
Again, thank you, Microsoft. So yeah, it's over. It's a done deal. But there is a question that I have in my head. I'm wondering if we speculated this a long time ago, and there's a possibility that this could be something that occurs. But the fact that there could be one console to rule them all, and everyone makes games for that. I know we've joked around with that. We've said that in like the past before, but I wonder if that could be a real thing.
Who would make it?
It would be a joint effort, just like the space. What do they call that? The Space Center. It's a joint effort. It's not just one person that does it. Is multiples. They do it together to create this one system. Because at this point, here's what I think. At this point, if you are putting your games that you're developing on everyone's console anyway, what's the difference between having a united, jointed system that you guys created together and just have a box that you did? You actually cut costs by not having spent all that cost on yourself. Yeah,
I could definitely see Microsoft and Sony doing that. I don't know about. I can definitely see Microsoft and Sony collaborating and do something like that. I can't see Nintendo, because Nintendo always trying to do some quirky, unique thing that gimmick that everybody talks about. That's a part of their whole pitch and engagement. So it'd be hard for me to see them, but I could definitely see Microsoft and Sony and third party coming together and working on that. I can see that as something feasible, and it would make sense. It would make all the sense in the world.
It would, especially if you can share the resource and being able to do it that way. It's very interesting.
Matter of fact, K-Bum, that might be what feel them doing now. Like, because I don't have to buy Xbox. I'm going to be able to play all these games. I'm going to be able to play it all on that PlayStation 5. I'm happy. Let me get some shots out on that. I'm happy for that. I'm about to get this Gears. What was the name of that game? Gears,
Origin or something, or D-Day or zero.
D-Day, there it is. D-Day, Gears D-Day. I'm not playing. I don't want to play Indiana Jones.
I'll be honest. It didn't look good to me. The gameplay I saw, but that's just me. I don't know.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I didn't like the gameplay that they showed.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that game look.
No, we have. We all have. I'm just saying that when looking at it again, because he said in the comment that he was happy with the gameplay, and I looked at it like I'm not okay. You say so.
So D2K said, I think it would work if each company brings to the table what they do best. That's what I'm saying. I don't. That's my thing. I think Microsoft and Sony, because they in a similar boat, it wouldn't be hard for them to do it. I think Nintendo would be that. Because I think Nintendo is just kind of difficult. Difficult.
If Nintendo brought their games to Epic or Steam or something like that, we already got it. I got PlayStation games on my PC, Xbox games on my PC. The only people I'm missing is Nintendo officially.
I'm saying that if they all try to collaborate on a system, I think it'd be Nintendo that wouldn't play ball. I think Sony and Microsoft would play with each other well. I think Nintendo wouldn't, because Nintendo is awkward and wants to do things their way, and they stingy and protective of their IP. I don't think they'll play ball.
But think of the world, bro. Like
I'm with y'all.
Everyone can play Zelda, and I
think it'd be dope, but they wouldn't even let
Halo. The Halo lobby would be packed.
They wouldn't even let Samus.
Mario Kart would be packed. We'll finally have a good online system,
right?
So people can play good games online.
They wouldn't even let Samus be in Fortnite unless it was exclusive to Switch. She couldn't show up on the PlayStation.
Everybody playing Pokemon. Man. Pokemon's gonna sell 25 billion copies.
I agree. I think it'll be dope. I mean, I think it'll dope, and I think the competition still be there because you still trying to make your and I think it'll be dope because you really get to compare first party to other first party all in one spot. I think it would be dope. I just don't think Nintendo will play ball. But let me bring this in so we can get this last subject out and we can get out of here because it's going on 2 hours. So it's a Nintendo Insider doubles down on new direct coming soon. So y'all know Nintendo had the direct with the museum, but there's supposedly a rumor for a actual another direct that's game related that's supposed to be coming within this month. A notable Nintendo insider has reiterated that a new Nintendo Direct should be happening relatively soon. Earlier this week, Nintendo held its latest Direct, but the presentation was not what fans expected at all. Rather than focusing on upcoming games for Switch or perhaps reveal what we all want to see, the Switch 2, Nintendo chose to show off its new museum that is opening in Japan this October. Fortunately, for those who were hoping for a more traditional Direct, it sounds like a broadcast of this type is still happening shortly. In a recent statement on Famiboards, insider PH Brazilian once again suggests that a new Direct would be happening before the end of the month. Previously, Brazil was one of the first to claim that Nintendo was planning a new Direct that would be happening in the coming weeks. When this presentation associated with the Nintendo Museum came out, some inferred that this was a Direct that Brazil had been referencing to. Instead, he clarified that this was not the case. So, what are y'all thoughts? I don't feel like I need to read any more of this. What's y'all thoughts? Do y'all believe we're going to get another Direct this month? That's what it seems like they're saying.
For your sake, I hope they are.
For my
giving
sake?
us another. Yeah, man. Rebel was like, a museum? No, Nintendo, I ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it. If it ain't Metroid Prime or Switch 2, I don't
want it. Okay, now I'm eating some food, but my bad. Now, I don't want to see no more directs for the Switch. Unless they show some more Metroid Prime. I don't want to see no HD Wind Waker. I don't want to see no HD Twilight Princess. We've seen this. I don't care if it's HD, just like I don't want to see HD Donkey Kong. This is what ticks me off about us as Nintendo fans, and I'm excluding myself because I don't do this. What is HD Twilight Princess going to do that the other HD Twilight Princess didn't do? Can y'all tell me?
I don't know because I have no desire to ever play Twilight Princess ever again.
I'm gonna give you one that I know you want to play because you said it. What is an HD Wind Waker gonna do that the Wii U HD Wind Waker didn't do?
Now I do still enjoy Wind Waker, but I don't want to play that either.
Right,
I don't want to play that either.
I don't understand. If this is the type of Nintendo fan that I just am not, I'm not this type of Nintendo fan. Twilight Princess does not age well. If it's not a remake, I don't re-care. Give me, did y'all catch that? If it's not a remake, I don't re-care. Meaning I don't care to replay this game again. I bought Skyward Sword like a doof because I was bored and starving at the time for something. I wanted a Zelda scratch because Breath of the Wild was over. And I just wanted to scratch that itch, and they fooled me and duped me into buying Skyward Sword HD. And I'm gonna tell you, it's just uglier. It's just clearly ugly at this point. It's not as blurry. It's still ugly. I don't want to see Twilight Princess HD. I don't want to see none of these games if they're not remade. I don't want them. So if it's going to be that, and they all now, I would like to see F-Zero. Definitely would. If they bring the F-Zero that was on the GameCube, I'd definitely be there for that. But I don't want to see Twilight Princess. I don't want to see Wind Waker. Ocarina of Time, okay, you might be, but I know it's not going to be Ocarina of Time. So
man, that would be dope though.
That'd be dope. But these cats acting like they just so itching to play Twilight Princess. I'm like, stop it. Why? What for? You had it. You had it on the Wii U. Why do you want it again when you played it you played this game? I don't get it. So if it's gonna be that, I don't care. Only thing I'm looking forward on the Switch right now is Echoes of Wisdom. And that's it. It's gonna be
Metroid Prime 4.
That's next year. I'm talking about for the rest of this year. Metro Prime 4 is a Switch 2. I'm not getting it on, but if it ain't on the Switch 2, that's the only way I get it on the Switch. I'm waiting for when they say it's Switch 2, and then I won't even look at the Switch for that. And my Switch will be in my daughter's room praying to stay not broke. So I'm over the Switch. I'm mad that you and Nia provoked me to get online. I'm over the Switch. I'm not duped. I'm enjoying it, but I'm over the Switch. I won't.
Wait. You enjoying it?
I'm enjoying online. I am. I enjoy on the online, but it's not enough titles here. That part I don't enjoy. But I'm done with the Switch. So if they come with another direct and it's mostly geared towards the Switch, they're gonna really have to do something to get me excited, and I just don't see what they can do. Because they have shown me more Metro Prime, which I don't want it on the Switch. So I don't care. So I want Switch 2. Tell me when you fit talk about that. That's what I want to talk about right there. Switch 2. I don't want to talk about the Switch. I don't care. I'm thankful that the good. Okay, you showed me the museum dope. You shoot the fire. Just to keep Miyamoto out of my face. I'm tired of Miyamoto. He gets on my nerves after a while. The nostalgia for me wore off. And I know sometimes I feel like they overemphasize, oversell the kitty and the fun and just move. You 70 years old, move. Let somebody younger do it. If it's really that fun, find some young people that find it fun. If not, move out the way, Miyamoto. Anyway, let somebody else talk. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm just tired of the Switch. I am tired of Miyamoto. Sometimes he gets on my nerves when he just do his thing. And I think he just, sometimes I'd rather see a Numa, somebody else, than Miyamoto. Am I wrong for that, y'all? Am I losing my Nintendo?
This is the first time we ain't seen Miyamoto in a long time.
I know, and I was ready, and I was ready for him to get off the screen as soon as he started doing all the stuff in the air. I was like,
that man been at the house taking a nap, and never keep waking him up.
I ain't wake him up. Y'all keep waking him up. Nintendo keep waking him up. Let that man stay in his lazy boy and relax.
He's supposed to be the museum. He's supposed to be the one talking about the museum.
I just wish he would be just a little bit more grounded in the way he do stuff. Like, man, stop.
He ain't doing nothing but making movies. He don't make games no more.
Anyway, I respect and I love Miyamoto, but I do get tired of seeing him sometimes. He reminds me why I get tired of seeing him. That put like that.
I picture Miyamoto like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. You go to Nintendo. Welcome to Nintendo.
Yeah, I would love to meet him though. I would be elated to meet him. But I do wish sometimes like they use him too much, and sometimes what he do just turns me off. Like, yeah, you ain't got to lift the sword up in the air and do the pose. Stop it, Miyamoto. Stop. Go ahead, Keith. It's your floor.
Yeah, man. I do, but seriously though, I hope they do have a direct next week. I always enjoy having Nintendo Directs. It's always interesting to see what they're going to say. If they do talk about the Switch 2, I don't know. I feel like they should talk about Metroid Prime 4. I feel like they should kind of give us more when they talk about the Switch 2. I think they should like say it like, hey, we're going to talk about the Switch 2. This is it. So everybody can, and we're going to talk about it at 5 p.m., so on and so forth. I don't think they should just have like a regular direct for the Switch 2. That's the one thing I would say. So if it is just a regular direct, talk about Metroid Prime 4, give us more information, show us more gameplay, so on and so forth. But I just feel like if it's going to be Switch 2, make it big. Go big or go home. So
I mean, like I said, I'll be there for some more Metroid Prime 4, but I'm ready for the Switch 2. D2K says, if a Twilight Princess remake looks like that E3, man, don't you even say this. I'm finna say it. The E3 2011 tech demo. D2K, just slap yourself. D2K. Who want that? That's what we thought we was getting. He goes in up there and show all that stuff, and then give us. What did they give us, man? We got Breath of the Wild. And we didn't even get it on the Wii U until the Switch came out. So that all that they showed with
that was Wii U, right?
That was Wii U. That tech demo was a Wii U. We got HD Wind Waker, which I don't want that no more. And we got HD Wind Waker. I think we got Twilight Princess HD, and then we got Breath of the Wild. When the Switch came on, they still released it on the Wii U. So absolutely, if it looked like that tech demo, yes, D2K, I absolutely would be all over that myself, with hearts and smiles, and I come over here and talk. But if it ain't that, and if it's just HD regular Twilight Princess, I would be HDR off my TV, so I don't want to see it. I'm good. That I get to see the ice cream melt a little better than I did before. I'm good. And Twilight Princess is just not a fun replay.
It's not.
It don't replay well, man. I didn't realize how grueling that game was. It just felt like just a lot of chores and a lot of unnecessary things you had to do. Just I'm like, man, I got to go over here and I got to carry this up where and help you find what and why. What you lose a cow for? I don't want to go walk this cow back down. I'm good, man. I'm good. So no, I got to float down here and what? Why you put the chicken all the way up here in the first place? I'm straight. I enjoyed Twilight Princess the first time I played through. I didn't. I tried to play it again. I was like, I don't want to play through this again. I would play Ocarina of Time again. I don't want to play. And if they're gonna remake Ocarina of Time, I want them to add a jump, like in Skyward Sword. I don't want the automatic jump. I want I want to be able to jump. Change that. What they call that? Quality life improvements.
Oh, yeah.
Add a jump. And to both Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time if you may remake them. But I would say this, D2K, I would rather have Ocarina of Time look like that demo than Twilight Princess. I don't care. Twilight Princess, I like the final boss fight and all that, but Twilight Princess don't age well. It just don't, no. It's not it's not a fun Zelda game. Maybe if they remade it and I saw it and it different, it looks better, but I just ain't fun of it. I'm not really, my memories of Twilight Princess is not, I loved it, I liked it, but I don't want to play it no more. Anything else, are we done?
Hey, Bon, you excited about our Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, he ain't said nothing.
Who?
This man right here.
Don't do that, K-Bon. You've been playing
who having no, I'll be excited for Nintendo Direct if it's talking about the Switch 2. I'll be very excited for that. Because I personally I'm depending on remember I was excited about the Switch. I was excited about Zelda. I was excited about it. I thought we talked about it on the podcast.
Witcher. You said you thought it may be Witcher-like.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a good game. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a good game. It wasn't my cup of tea when I played it, but I was excited about it. That's the thing was I was excited about it. Don't lessen my excitement by trying to say it was like Witcher. I was excited. I was legit excited. I thought it looked good, and I liked the little. I saw it had a little a movie feel to it, and then I got it, and it wasn't it. It wasn't what I thought it was.
That's
I was excited though. That was exciting.
That's true. I mean, I enjoyed Breath of the Wild, but it just ended wrong. That boss fight was terrible, but everything else was great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't need all the building that was in Twilight and Tears of the Kingdom. I could do without all the building and the what's that Ultra Hand and all that stuff. Just give me the boss fights in Tears of the Kingdom with the gameplay of Breath of the Wild, and I would have been happy. that's all they had to do. Put the bosses in Breath of the Wild that was in Tears of the Kingdom, and you got an awesome game. I don't need Ultra Hand and all that stuff. I didn't need it, even though it was dope.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't. Now that I think about it, I didn't need it. I didn't need had to merge the swords and all that stuff. I didn't need it. It was cool, but I ain't need it. Just give me the sword. Just give me these different swords. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of missed the swords just being what they were, the different swords and the powers of the sword. I missed that. I don't think even though I like the feature of the merge, I did miss the quality of the sword, the look and the way it was. I did kind of miss that to go to the, I guess what they call the damage stuff that you had to merge together to use.
Mm-hmm.
I wished at some point, I know you can go in the underground and get those weapons, and then merge them. But
you did merge the Master Sword, right?
Yeah, I merged the Master Sword.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I did. But I'm saying I didn't have. Now that I just look back, hindsight 2020. Most really that I loved the most about was the storyline, the boss battles was really what really and the set piece being up in the sky like that and all that's really what set it off for me with Tears of the Kingdom. The Ultra Hand, I'm gonna be honest, trying to build bridges and all that stuff got old a little bit after a while. The merging weapons was cool. I enjoyed that. But I'm gonna say, I'll be honest, if you add the bosses that was in Tears of the Kingdom to Breath of the Wild, I would probably choose Breath of the Wild version.
No.
I think I'm saying me. I don't know. But
I think Tears of the Kingdom is a hands down better experience.
No, I believe it's better.
Yeah, it's a better experience. I love the depths. I thought that was crazy that they introduced it. And the very first time I go to the depths, I go into a body of water, pitch black. Link drowning. I don't know what's going on.
But again, that's the environments. That's what I said. I like the environments of Breath of the Tears of the Kingdom. I'm just mostly focusing on the Ultra Hand and all the game-breaking abilities. I don't have to have that. I like everything else. I did like that stuff, but I like everything else more. And so if you put all that in Breath of the Wild with them boss fights, I would have been happy. So that's all I'm saying. I miss Tears of the Kingdom. I just miss. Give me another Zelda. Like either give me a remake of Ocarina of Time or give me another Zelda game in that universe. Let's
see what you say about Echoes. You might like Echoes.
I don't know. That's coming out next month, right? So I got to get Echoes. I got to get Astrobot. And if they bring the physical part one out down the road, I'm gonna get that Black Myth. How you say it? Wukong. That game looks amazing, man. By the way, have y'all played it? Do y'all plan on getting it?
I did not play it.
We talked about it. Yeah, it's my summer video game, so it's not gonna be played by me. Well, the fall of the fall of sports games. Apologize. So I don't see
how y'all
play
think
that.
how y'all like how it's looking.
I think it looks dope.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
very beautiful game. Like very next gen graphics. I just don't feel like it.
You don't feel? I mean, bro, what are you playing that's better than this?
Man, I'm gonna be playing Zelda and Plucky Squire.
You said gonna be. You can be playing this right now, brother.
No, I still got to finish dungeons.
Oh, so you got a backlog.
I still got game. I still got to play. If I'm gonna do anything after dungeons, it'll probably be Star Wars. Still got to play that Survivor.
Star Wars Survivor. Nah, you can wait on that one. You can wait on that.
Man,
but I like backtracking.
I enjoyed it.
I like backtracking though.
You can wait on it, man. You can wait on it.
I thoroughly enjoy backtracking.
K-Bum, tell him he can wait on that game. You don't need to play that game.
Oh man, play that game, bro.
plus, I don't really play games where I'm just fighting. I don't even I put down. I got Ghost of Tsushima. I still ain't played that on PC.
Now, I'm shocked you haven't beat that yet. That's a good game, man.
I don't even know if I still got it installed.
And see, that's another reason. That's why I be like me when I be getting stuff later, and you get it outside of the hype and when everybody is the thing. It feel like you miss some aspect of the joy of it because you playing it a year or two later.
No, I had it on PS4. I still didn't play it.
You think if you would have played it when it was the hotness, you would have enjoyed it more?
Probably.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, because that's a good game, Keith. I'm not gonna front. That's still one of my.
It's a great
amazing game. Amazing game. Ain't too many games that's up on that level. Too many.
It's definitely fought my Witcher for game of the year, game of the console.
This introduction to this game was amazing, though.
It's easily the best looking game on the PS4, and to be honest with you, it's not far from being the best looking game on the PS5. If you want to be completely honest about it,
yeah, I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. It's an amazing looking game. Visually, it's on another level, and story wise, the acting. Oh man, the combat. I didn't think I would get into that game. I didn't think I was gonna get that immersed in that game. When the game give me like that that's when I love it. When I'm anticipating getting home to play it. There's only a few games that has gotten me like that over the last few years. God of War, 2018, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Ghost of Tsushima, and Star Wars Jedi, the first one.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. I was hooked on that. This one, I guess when I get past this spot, I just don't like all the stuff they added to this game with the multiple paths, and it just gets confusing and convoluted at points.
Agreed.
So,
man, I still ain't beat that Cyberpunk DLC.
Nobody care about no punk cyber.
The Resident Evil 4 DLC.
He's still hating on Cyberpunk.
Man.
I'm messing.
Still hating. After they gave him a comeback of the year.
I want to play it. I really do. I just don't have no reason to. I want to play it though, especially all the fixes.
The reason is that it's out. That's the reason.
How much it costs? It ain't on sale like it was that one time you was talking about. It was on sale for like what you said $9. Yeah, I should have called it. I should have called it then. I should have called it then. You waited till it went off sale to tell us about it.
No, it was not. That's not true. That's not true.
So any other thing, man? I'm trying to wait till the physical version of this come out because this is my type of a game. A hack slash beat 'em up, big bosses. You know, I'm kind of juvenile like that when it comes to this type of stuff. Love these type of games. So, but I'm trying to hold out till the physical version come out, and yeah. So, but this, I'm glad. What y'all think about? We didn't talk about the controversy around this title. Do y'all want to touch on it, or y'all want to save it?
I haven't looked into it, so I can bypass on that.
Okay, so we won't talk about that. IGN, we got to talk about IGN and them trying to control our purchasing habits. That may be a topic we'll venture into next week, because I believe Keith can attest to this too. IGN been doing this, trying to sway your purchasing habits and trying to kind of control what is and isn't hot, or what is and isn't, you know what I'm saying, supported or not. And I think they've been exposed for being biased and basically trying to corner the industry. You know, so you need us, you need our reviews and our blessing. You know, that's a way to make money, by cornering the industry that way. But we'll talk about that next week. Anything else? Are we done tonight?
That's it for
I'm
me.
good.
I'm good.
Well, that was the show for tonight. If you are an Xbox fan,
Sorry.
we feel your pain. I think you have every right to be upset. But you still gonna get to play the game, yo. You know, so that's all that matters. What should you care that other people get to enjoy the games that you are enjoying? So I don't think you should be super duper mad. Yes, your council won't have any real what's the word? Uniqueness about itself.
But they got Game Pass though.
They got Game Pass. So, but I'm gonna let these dudes sign out. I'm gonna start with Mr. K-Bum. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, man, I enjoy the podcast. I enjoy the gift that keeps giving, which is Xbox. Enjoy chopping it up. Enjoy the comment section. You guys left a lot. D2K went in as usual. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate everybody else coming through. Appreciate Sister Nia coming through person line. I'm happy we can let you know what today is. That today is Thursday. Hope things is going good for you going back to school, teaching the little ones how to be great. Appreciate it, man. But like always, man, look forward to next time.
All right. Mr. Norris, the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Good conversation tonight. Xbox, Microsoft, whoever's in charge, just keep bringing the games, man. We don't know what's going on with the state of the console. If Nintendo has a direct next week, hopefully I will be here on time. I know I'm going to be in Tulsa, but if they have a direct next week, I cannot wait to talk about it, especially if it's Switch 2 or if it's just Metroid Prime 4. It's going to be great no matter what. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the comment section, and if you coming in late, catch the archive, and talk to y'all later.
All right. That was Norris. But I would say, man, I thank everyone for tuning in on tonight. Like I said, the console war is officially over. Microsoft has solved this equation. Hey, put it everywhere, and then everybody can play and have fun. Thank you, Phil. Thank you. Thank you for considering me. I was wondering how I was going to play these Xbox games, because I for sure wasn't buying the platform. So go ahead and bring that Gears over here. I hope Indiana Jones comes to the Switch too. I may consider it over there. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to Gears, so I'm happy. As a gamer, I'm happy. I feel like this is good for all of us. I can play where I'm at, don't have to buy another box. Thank you, Phil. You was thinking about me, and I value your consideration. I'm not done with you. If y'all might be done, I'm not done with Phil. Thank you. Thank you for all your love and support of gamers all across the gaming space. Whether you play on Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo, or PC, Phil said we got you. Thank you, Phil. You thinking about everybody. Y'all leave Phil alone. He just thinking about us gamers. All of us. Anyway, I thank y'all for tuning in. Shouts out to everyone in the chat. Neil, D2K, Cherry Man. Go over there and check out Cherry Man, man. Lenovo is not done, Cherry Man. He said Lenovo is still here. Go check him out. Alan Steed and everyone else that was in here. Thank y'all for tuning on tonight. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Till then, deuces. Peace.
But we got Smash Bros though.